Welcome back viewers. In today's video we are going to check out the UKUI or the Ubuntu Kylin user interface. So we have installed the UKUI desktop in Sparky Linux. So let us start with the review. So this is the login screen of the UKUI desktop. You got a beautiful blue colored login screen. There is a date and time on the top. You got the profile picture. Then you got the login field where you can input your username and password. Below you can change the language. You can change the session. So this is the session manager. There is a default X session, FVWM, that is the FV Windows Manager. KDE Plasma is there and the UKUI is there. This is the on-screen keyboard. You can use it if your physical keyboard fails, and this is the power menu. So let us start, and this is the language selection. So right now only one language, that is the United States English, is there installed. So let us start. First you have to input your username, then you have to input your password, and you will be logged in into the UKUI desktop. So now we are logged in into the UKUI desktop session. So first thing I have to do is to increase the screen resolution. So let us search for the settings. Let us find the, yes, this is the control center. So we will first open the control center and modify the screen resolution. So now the resolution is proper, so you have to save the config. Now let's start with the actual review of the desktop. So this is the desktop that is called UKUI or the Ubuntu Kylin user interface. It was developed for the Ubuntu Kylin system. Ubuntu Kylin has been developed in response to the requirement of Chinese government. So they have delivered a system for specifically meant for the Chinese users. So of course you can use it on your desktop also, that is not an issue, but it was designed and developed keeping in the mind the Chinese requirements. So the Chinese wanted a open source desktop for their users in China. So their Canonical has delivered fantastically. So now the UKUI desktop consists of this desktop. Then on the desktop you have got the link to the computer, trash, and the user folders or the home folders. Then at the bottom there is a panel. This is the application menu. Then you have got this workspace feature. This is your file manager, and on the right side you have got this network manager. You have got speaker control or the audio control. Then you have got the notifications area. It is a Raven type notification area. On clicking, a panel slides up from the rightmost side of the screen. So it is very beautiful graphical usage is there. Then you have got this date time function, and you have got the, I think this is the, yes, this is the button to turn on or off the night mode, or you can also set up the night mode from here. So to set up the night mode, you have to just click on this button. Then you have to search for the night mode, where the night mode is there. Let us see. Okay, let me check out auto boot. Okay, so what we will do is, let us check it out in later. First I will close this, or you can just, so night mode is now closed or what, let us see. Okay, so the night mode is open. So the night mode is, I think, working now. So there is just a toggle button or a click button. Now let us go over to the application menu. So you have got this UKUI control center. About Sparky is there. Let us check out about Sparky. So this is the same about Sparky application that is showing you the details about the Sparky Linux that has been installed. So Sparky Linux is the base system on which this UKUI desktop is running. So what we will do is, let us focus on the UKUI utilities rather than the Sparky Linux, because Sparky Linux utilities apps we have already seen many times. So let us go with the UKUI control center. So first let us check out the system. So in system you got display, default applications, power and auto boot. So we already seen how to change the resolution of the screen, and you can change the this orientation of the screen using this. Then you can also change the refresh rate of the screen. You can zoom or tile the display. You can open monitor or close monitor from here. You can then apply your settings that you have changed and want to apply. In the default app section, you can set the default for browser, mail, image viewer, audio player, video player, and the text editor, and you can also reset to defaults. So clicking on reset to default, so these are the defaults of the Sparky Linux UKUI desktop. Now let us go over to the power. In power, you have got the power modes. So there are three modes given. One is the balance, second is the saving, which minimizes the performance and maximizes the battery savings. And there is a custom mode where the user can specify the settings for the PC sleep time, close time. So this will change the power consumption or the power savings also. And you can also set whether the power icon will be shown on the screen, or it will be present, or it will always be absent, and it will also show you the charging. So if you set the power icon to charging, so whenever you will charge your laptop, it will show that the laptop is getting charged. So all these three settings are there. In the auto boot, you can specify which apps will auto boot when you start your system and boot into the UKUI desktop, and you can add certain more applications from here. So you have to just click, you give the program name, you give the program execution. So you have to specify the path and the program command, and then just confirm it by clicking on certain, and it will be added to the auto boot queue or the auto boot menu. Now let us go over to the maintenance part. So here you can add your printers and scanners, and you can see a list of the existing printers which are configured in the system. In the mouse, you can configure the mouse, you can configure the hand habit, mouse wheel speed, double click delays. You can set the pointer speed, acceleration of the pointer, visibility of the pointer, and the pointer size. So in pointer size, there are three sizes, that is default, recommended. Then you have got this medium size, it is quite bigger, and there is an extra large size. So this is very large. So I think we will stick to the default recommended size of the mouse pointer. In touchpad, there is right now no touchpad found. Otherwise, it will show you the menu for the touchpad. Then in the keyboard settings, you can set the usual key settings like enable repeat key, delay of the keys, speed of the keys, input characters to test the repetition efficiency, tip of the keyboard. So it will offer, system will automatically offer you tips regarding the keyboards. The keyboard layout, you can change, install the different keyboard layouts, and you can reset the keyboard layouts. In shortcuts, you can specify the shortcuts. So these are the key bindings that you can change. So right now the default key bindings are there, but you can also customize them, and you can even add some more key bindings or the more key shortcuts using this add custom shortcut. Now in the audio section, you can check out the output device which is outputting the sound. You can control the sound using the master volume. You can change the card, that is the sound card. You can change which sound card will output the sound to the speakers. You can check out the connectors for the line in, line out. You can create profiles, delete profiles, and you can modify the profiles. Then there is a audio balance between left and right channels, and you got the input device, that is the microphone settings. So you can specify the volume of the microphone, input levels of the microphone, and the connector. So you can specify which connector will provide the input to the microphone. Then you can play with the system sounds like the boot music. If you want to have the boot music, you can just toggle it on. Right now by default it is on, but you can close this also. Then you can start the beep switch or stop the beep switch. Then you can change the default sound themes. You can change the alert sounds. So there are a host of alert sounds that are available. So let us go with the bark sound. And for the volume change, if the volume is changed, let us have something, let us have the glass sound. Now we have configured it. Later on when we will change the volume change, it will have the glass sound will be heard. So I think right now it is not, I am not hearing the volume change system sound. So maybe after a restart it will work. So now let us go over to the background desktop. So right now this blue Sparky Linux default wallpaper is there, but you can change over. So let us select this. So this is the Ubuntu Kylin wallpaper. It looks very beautiful. Then you go over to this. This is also very fantastic looking wallpaper, very cheerful and bright. This is a very subtle wallpaper. Many will like this also. Then you can have this also. This is also looking very nice. This one is also very different. You are not seeing such wallpaper anywhere. So it shows the dragon face. So this is for the Chinese people. So that's why they will like this dragon wallpaper. Then this is also very nice wallpaper. I like all the wallpapers. All are extremely good wallpapers. This is also very nice. This one is also nice. So it's showing a fish, pink fish. So this is just abstract, very nice. So all wallpapers are very nice. All are cheerful. Nothing gloomy here. This one is also nice. I think it looks like a mice, but with the horns. Okay. So now you can also browse online wallpapers. You can browse local wallpapers and import wallpapers from the local folders, and you can download wallpapers from the online wallpaper repos. Now let us go over to the theme. So right now the default theme is there. So this is how the default icons look. Now we can change over to the classical theme. So changing over to the classical theme, the wallpaper look will just change over. So here you can see the wallpaper look has changed. Now let us go back over to the default theme. Now let us look. So again the wallpaper, sorry, not wallpaper, the icons have changed. System icons have changed. You can see it here. And there is a two themes are available, that is default and dark. You can go with the default also. So it will just everything will just get white. No, it is not getting white. So you'll have to restart the system. So let it okay, now it is taking some time. So now the default theme has been applied. So just wait for it. It will again become white. So that dark theme will go. It just takes some time. Meanwhile, we will check out the cursor themes. So these are the cursor themes. There is Advaita, Blue Crystal, and the Breeze cursor. So Breeze cursors are from UKUI Desktop. So why it is not happening, I don't know. We have checked it. Actually, it should get activated by now. So anyways, what we do is we have checked out the cursor themes. Yes, now further cursor themes are the dark sense, which is default right now. Then you have got KDE Classic, Oxygen Blue and Black, white, yellow. All these Oxygen themes are there. And there is one Oxygen Giant theme. Now there is the effect setting. So right now the system is by default on performance mode, but you can change the you can toggle off the performance mode. So the system will work little slow, but it will give us good battery life. And you can change the transparency. So right now the transparency will get minimum. So I will just make it 0. Let us see what happens. Okay, so the transparency is at maximum or what? Now let us see. Yes, so when the slider is at the max level, there is maximum least transparency, and when the transparency slider is at the minimum, there is the maximum transparency, and you can see the background windows also. and the background icons also on the desktop. So I will set it at medium. Yes, this is good enough, or maybe we can increase this little bit so it is easier to read the data. Now let us go over to the screen lock. So some beautiful screen locks are available. Right now this is the default screen lock. You can show picture of the screen lock on the screen login. Okay. Screen lock when the screensaver boots. Yes. And the all the wallpapers are available as a screen wallpapers also. So when the screen is locked, this same wallpapers will be used. Let us check out the fonts. So the font selection by default is C059, that is a UK Win font is there, and the monospace font has been used, and you can reset any font selection to default, and the font size setting is available from 11 up to 16. Now let us go over to the screensaver. So you can enable or disable the screensaver. The screensaver program is default UKUI, but you can change it to following. So the blank only is abstract tile, binary ring, C-waves, deco, distort, fiber lamp, fuzzy flakes, and the galaxy screensavers are available, and you can change to any screensaver anytime, and the idle time for the screensaver before it gets activated is 5 minutes. Now let us go over to the desktop. Then you can specify which icons will be shown on the desktop. So right now computer menu and setting menu is available on the desktop. You can specify, say let us specify the file system menu, and then you can specify the trash menu also, and the panel size you can make it small, medium size. Let us see it happens or not. The large size, let us see. I think it takes some time before the settings get affected. Or we can do is a medium size, and the panel position, let us change it over to the right side. Let us see what happens. It is going to the left. Let us, why it is not going to, no, it is not if getting affected to the right side, only the left top also is working and the bottom is there. So maybe it takes a restart to change the settings. Okay, now let us go ahead. This is the network manager. So here you can configure your network, wired as well as wireless network sources, and then you can also configure your VPN and proxies from here. This is the user settings. In the user settings, the current user is shown. You can change password, change type of user. For example, whether it is a standard user, administrator. The standard user can use most of the software but cannot install software and change system settings. So there are two users available, standard or a administrator. You can enable auto login or login with no password. So you can just toggle it to effect the change, and you can add new user also here. Now let us go over to the date and time. So here you can change the time, you can change the time zone, you can change the type of clock that is shown. So right now the 24-hour clock is used, but you can use a 12-hour clock also, and you can change the area. So area is nothing but the local. So right now the US local is being used. You can change the format of the area. You can change the first language or the default language that is being used. You can add further languages. Now let us go over to the update. So this is the system update. So you can check for the system updates from here. So I think right now no updates are available, and you can take a backup of your system. So for that you have to just click on this. It will start the backup. Right now it is not working or what? And you can also begin restore by clicking on this button. So here you can get notifications from the apps. You can specify the notice origins. So right now I think there is some notification from the power statistics. So if you click this off, then the power statistics notification won't be available. And in the about section, it shows you the system summary. So the version of Sparkle Interface 6.4 port OLO, and rest of the things are not populated. Only the desktop name is given UKUI and the user is Sam. So some things are missing from the system summary. So now I will close this off. what we will do is, let us try to set the background from here also. So let us see if it can be set from the directly from the desktop. Yes, so I want to change it to something more beautiful. Let us change over to this. This looks very nice. So the new addition is this AT&T Con Shell, or maybe it is from the FV Windows Manager that we used in the CD and the NSCD desktops. Let us check out the firewall configuration. So you have to input the password. Okay, so this is the Sparky Linux only. So this is the graphical firewall from Sparky Linux. Now I have enabled it for all the time. So every time the system will start, the firewall will also start. Now let us see any UKUI specific applications are there or what not. So there are no any other this UKUI specific applications that can be seen here. Most of the applications are from Sparky Linux, default Sparky Linux applications. Rest of the things, everything is UKUI. So the UKUI specifically everything is contained within this UKUI control center. Other than that, there is no additional apps that are there from the UKUI or Ubuntu Kylin user interface. So it is very simple but very beautiful looking wallpaper they have given. Now let us check what happens when I click on this. It should open the settings menu or the UKUI control center. So it is opening up the UKCC, that is the Ubuntu Kylin control center. This will open the, okay, so this opens the computer, my computer. So here you can see the network neighborhood. So there is a possibility to connect to Windows network. So it is compatible with Windows network. It is showing the standard PC in the network neighborhood. This is the file system. So it is using 8.1 GB out of the 24.8 GB allocated to the virtual machine. So it is middle tier heavyweight system, not very heavy, not very light. And the file manager itself is very light. You can see it here. It's quite light, and the different icons are also very light. You can see it looks very light, and fantastic looking file manager is there. Okay, this is also the same thing. Let us open the home directory. So you can see it is very light, and it is giving immediate response to the mouse clicks. Okay, so this is the workspace feature. Now let us check out the Raven. So here right now there are no notifications, important notices to see, and this is the clipboard. These are some plugins. So we have got clock, notebook, and the feedback plugins are there. This opens the feedback plugin. So here you can contact the Ubuntu Kylin team. So you can input any bugs, you can input any feedback to the Ubuntu Kylin developers from here, and you can specify whether the feedback is for system log, regarding the system log, app port log, or the dpkg.log, that is the packaging system log. So you can specify all of those to the Ubuntu Kylin. So the dpkg right now they are using is the apt package manager is there. Now let us check what is the notebook. So this is the notebook Kylin note. So here you can do scribble anything important you want, and you can later retrieve it from the Kylin note. This is a note taking application. Now let us go forward. Let us check out the clock. So this is the basic clock app. So here you can do the countdown, you can set alarms, and you can do a stopwatch also. You can also mute the clock app. So now we will exit the program. What is this? Okay, it is just the visual thing regarding the application menu. So here the way the applications are shown in the application menu changes. Okay, here when you click on this, it shows you by the type of the application. So there is a section for internet, there is a section for development, video, like that. And when you click on here, all the applications are shown in just we can say same way. There is no differentiation here between the applications. And what is this? You can arrange the applications alphabetically here. So that's it. I think there is nothing more to be shown. So with this, I stop the video here. See you in the next video where we will try out some new Linux distribution. Bye bye. See you.